John Osborne here. Let's do the FX Education Outlook for July 6, 2017. Tomorrow we have non-farm payroll at about 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That would affect our markets before. That's one of the biggest news events that we have, probably equivalent, maybe even greater than FOMC type news. So we do expect to see quite a bit of movement after that news happens, and quietness in the markets before then. Now, we were still recovering from the FOMC minutes that were released on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So today we saw some of our markets starting to move back in the direction that they were before that news, after taking a day, probably from the 4th of July holiday as well. We'll start out by looking at the pound yen. You can see that we've got a nice move up, and we've broken through the recent pivot, the 147.106. So now we can now that it's been weakened by breaking through it, we can watch for a move higher. Just keep an eye on the 148.447 resistance, which is still quite a ways ahead above us. And in between there, we have the 148.105, the beginning of the reversal trend that we saw here. For the euro pound, you can see that one moved back up again as well. So we're moving up nicely. Not surprising, it's struggling to get above this 0.88509 resistance, but we have broken it a couple times, so it's weakened. The Kiwi yen has pulled back. This is the one that's been running up for many weeks, so it's not surprising to see a little bit of a pullback. Just remember, we have broken above the weekly line here, so it wouldn't be surprising to see it come back and retest that broken trend line on the weekly. The Aussie yen is struggling to get its footing. It's gone back and gotten to the mid-upper Bollinger Band here. So this is after bouncing on this resistance trend line that we have here. That was a support trend line that we broke through and then came up to touch it. So it's not surprising that we see a little bit of a breather. And we also are touching the 200 bar moving average on the weekly. The dollar yen also moving sideways. It's just recovering perhaps a little bit after breaking through this upper trend line that we have here in the weekly. The euro dollar moved nicely, and you can see that we have moved right up until this previous pivot here, this previous swing here of 1.14263. Since we've now broken that, we can find our way possibly running up as high as 1.16156. Let's see if it'll break that and continue higher. For the Aussie US dollar, this one's still struggling to recover, but if you notice, we did bounce right off this resistance trend line and we haven't broken it yet, so we could be beginning another downward move within the weekly chart here, back towards the lower part of this pennant pattern that we have here. So let's keep an eye on that one. That one might not recover back up again. And the pound US dollar is also moving back up. And it's also broken its previous pivot, and we're potentially moving higher. Let's watch the 1.30472 as the next resistance target. On the bearish side, we have the dollar Swissy. That one is now coming back down again. And we are moving towards that support at around 0.95485. If we can break that, we could see a nice run lower. And also with the dollar loonie, we've got this other support here, which we've broken. That's at 1.29671. So it's not surprising that we're pausing a little bit right there as well. If we can break through there, we'll see a nice little drop. In our consolidating patterns, we've got the pound loonie. That's just moving sideways still, so we'll keep an eye on that. Try to make an effort to go down lower, and now it's trying to go back up. So remember, we've got the non-farm payroll news tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern Time, and we'll see what happens after that. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.